my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, a lot of you really enjoyed the true crime and the break from all the other geopolitical whatever going on in the world. And I was thinking of doing what other celebrities I can do their year ahead. And then it occurred to me, why don't we do Marilyn Monroe's death and find out using this system if it was at her own hand or it was somebody else's hand. So I'm not going to pull the Ace of Swords with it, because that is, will we ever find out the truth? And that's the thing, is I don't think we'll ever find out the truth. So why even bother asking? I think that's buried deep, and who knows if any of the reports are true. I mean, everything's so muddled, and that was 60 years ago. So I just want to find out. Let's do the same system. We'll find out around if there are other people around her. Now, we'll be looking for the King of Swords. That's the politician. Plus, JFK was a Gemini. RFK was a Scorpio, so he'll be the King of Cups. Also, then we'll be looking for the Tower. The Hanged Man is my suicide card, or the Tower in reverse. That's at your own hand, at man's hand. We'll be looking for the Knight of Swords. That's an attack. I'll be looking for lots of pentacles around her, because pentacles, remember, there were a bunch of pills beside her bed. And when I'm doing these kind of readings, pentacles can actually physically be the pill, right? So we'll be looking to see if there's pentacles around her. We'll look and see if there's any kind of Five of Swords, Five of Wands, meaning struggle, that kind of thing. All right. I'm also going to look to see if there's a Page of Cups or an Ace of Cups around her, because that would tell me she was pregnant. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Was she a mama? All right. Let's just try it. Let's see. I consider it, well, we can call it true crime, but I consider it a cold case. Maybe the cards are going to tell us that it's not a cold case. Everything they said is true. Maybe. Anything is possible, right? All right, Marilyn Monroe. How did she die? What is the truth surrounding her death? Okay, so I need 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. $16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right. Let's find out what is the truth around. What is the truth surrounding Marilyn Monroe's death? Who knows? The Ace of Swords could still show up. I just, maybe it will say we'll find out the truth one day. What is the energy surrounding Marilyn Monroe's death? What actually did happen? What actually did happen? Marilyn Monroe. What actually did happen? All right. Ooh, a plan. A leader. The world. Oh, there's the Five of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles. Justice. Self-defense. Six of Swords. Queen of Swords. There's the Lovers. There's the Empress. Justice. Let's find out. Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Cups. She was a Gemini herself, so she's this Queen of Swords here. This could be her being in love with one of the men. Oh, there's the Death card. She was being paid off. The Hermit. So she was alone. Temperance. There was drugs. She was alone. Patience. Death. Look at death on death. Her. The Moon. That is suicide. The Fool. She wanted to be fresh and clear. You know what, guys? I hate to say this, but the official story is the story. Now, I did some readings about that she was actually forced into it, but she was definitely alone. This is the Death card here with the Moon and the Lunatic with the Devil. That's being, this was her wish. This was her wish. She wanted to be free. I think she was definitely in love with one of them, but you know what? We don't have any kings around here. We don't have, I mean, we have the Hierophant, but I was looking for kings and politicians and Knight of Swords and Tower and other destructive ones. The only thing I have here is her defending herself, but successfully defending herself. I don't see anything here about a pregnancy. I think the Queen here is, this is, as I say, the Queen is holding an urn, almost as if she was wishing she was dead. And here's the Death card, and the Death card, and the Moon is obviously mental illness with the Devil here. It was her wish to die. It was absolutely her wish to die. She did have mental struggles. Yeah, here she is mixing alcohol and drugs and being patient, waiting for death, successful. She was definitely in love with JFK. I don't think it was RFK. I think RFK had possibly had his way with her. I just noticed there's boobies there. There actually could have been, I'm going to walk that back. There could have been a pregnancy at one point. And I'm going to tell you why I think there's a pregnancy here, because of the World card. And the World card can sometimes be the baby inside the womb. And perhaps, and the Hierophant can be marriage. Perhaps she had 7 months before the baby was born. That's what that 7 is there. Perhaps she was already 2 months pregnant when she pressed for some kind of marriage, because we got marriage is also the Justice card. And when the answer was no, I'm going to walk that back. I think she was pregnant. I think she was pregnant. And I think she wanted JFK to divorce and get married to her. And when the answer was no, she was given some money. Here's some money, a 9 for the 9 months for the baby, her and the baby to go away. And when the answer was no, I think she made the decision to end it. She was alone. She definitely was alone. There was nobody else there. I'm going to say that this devil, I just realized I forgot to cover them up too. Oh God, YouTube's going to have a heyday with this one. I'm going to say that I'm trying to think how I can say this politically correct. I'm going to say that she was I'm not going to say gaslit because that card's not on here. I'm going to say she was I don't I want to say battered with words. That's why I'm struggling with this. I'm like, when I get these downloads, what do you mean battered with words? Psychologically manipulated. Um, she just didn't see any other way out. She really did not see any other way out. I think she did what she did alone at night and then just waited for death to arrive. Um, there's a certain smugness here that she knew they would be blamed. But then I'm getting that she was finally free of all the demons. I actually think she was pregnant. She approached them and said, I'm pregnant. And I want, marry me, divorce your wife and marry me. And the answer was no. Another reason I think she might be pregnant is because the fool can sometimes be an innocent. So possibly the child that she was carrying was an innocent collateral. Yeah, I think she thought that was her only way out. She thought that was her only way out. Or maybe she just couldn't take I don't know why they're telling me mental battering. Mental battering. Interesting, mental battering. I guess that's psychological manipulation, perhaps. Especially when it's under the moon here. That's why I'm getting like lunacy, like mental illness, deep depression. If you have moon and the devil, that's a deep depression you really struggle to get out of. There was something here. There was an FU in this. There is an FU in this. All right. So apparently, according to my cards, according to my sources, the story we have about Marilyn is true. It was at her own hand. It was her own choice, but I'm gonna say I believe she was pregnant. And I know people say, "Oh, the autopsy says she wasn't." Well, if they want that to be kept secret, um, of course they will. This might even be paying for. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. Here's an offer to change the news. That could be it as well. There you go. I don't see any. I honestly don't see anything in here that is indicative of at the hands of someone else. I honestly don't. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.